Hi, my name is Tom McCulley. I'm a president and owner of Great Circle Shipping. We're an industrial commodity broker. Worldwide, we do ships, barges, trucks, rails. I'm here representing the Propeller Club. I'm also the current president of the Propeller Club right now. The Propeller Club is an international organization. It's got 80 ports around the world. I believe 30 of them are foreign. The rest of them are here in the U.S. Pensacola is one of them. How long have we been around? About 12 years, more or less. The Propeller Club is dedicated to the promotion of the maritime industry, commerce, and global trade. And we certainly need that here in Pensacola. And I get the opportunity, I've got the honor to ask these gentlemen some questions. Mr. May, you said you were previously with the PYP. That means sooner or later you're going to join a new club that I'm going to be forming soon called the POPS Club.
That was many years ago.
Pensacola Young Professionals. Mr. Almeida, I'm afraid you might already be in it. All right, here's our question from the Propeller Club. District 3 includes a significant portion of the area's freight transportation infrastructure, including the stretch of I-10, I-110, the I-110 terminus downtown at Chase Street, most of the CSX Railroad's northbound rail line, including the big Golden Yard. Please give us your thoughts on how we can maintain and improve the region's freight transportation network while, at the same time, creating safe, inviting, and attractive corridors for passenger vehicles, bikes, pedestrians, and of course our tourists. I don't care.
Thank you. CSX is a freight train in Pensacola. This is a good to take a lot of stuff people. I'm thinking about this. We have a lot of land over outlying field 8. I'm sure I'm going to be successful to bring industries over there, and then CSX will make a train over there. In that way, they can improve their more business, we can create more jobs. And in Pensacola, I saw many locations. I went in a neighborhood when the train goes, especially some neighborhood have a complaint too. They say at night time a train goes, it's blow apart. That train needs to improve, make a schedule, don't pass by in a residential area at night time. Plus some places will need a drop-off gates. Wherever there is no gate, they need to make overhead bridge. That's the way we can improve that train and create more jobs. That's it.
And thank you, Propeller Club, for presenting this question. I had the opportunity to follow the port and transportation. And I will join the old man's club or old people's club. Just let me know when I can be there. Listen, that's a good question. And thank you for that question. But it's multifaceted. I mean, it's complex more than one simple answer. And so it's going to require multiple partners to talk about how we come about with our freight. So when you're talking about how do we provide transportation, I really, that we have to have multimodal, sustainable projects that are rail friendly, that are freight friendly, that are pedestrian friendly, that are walkable friendly. You have to have all of those things in your plan. I mean, we understand that the underpinning sustainable part of our economy is transportation. It's been since the railroad was created. So we have to make sure that we bring about multiple partners if we're going to have an answer to this complex problem. I mean, you can't answer this question without having DOT at the table. You can't answer this question without having FDOT at the table. You have to have the Federal Highway Administration at the table. We have to have the City Council and the Mayor at the table. And then we have to have the stakeholders who are a part, who it adversely affects. And so for me, we have to work with our federal government. In 2012, President Obama put out MAP 21 that put out millions of dollars to local communities to help sustain and help us recover from the housing crash. And when we look at what can we do, when we look at how our city was constructed many years ago, you understand that the railroads were here long before our redevelopment. And so we're not going to be able to go in and necessarily move a rail out at our own discretion, nor will we be able to close a corridor at our own discretion. Although the county would maintain, the city would maintain, we would have to get federal permission to close one of these crossings, so we would have to work with them. And honestly, the railroads have a little more push and lobbyists in Washington do county commissioners and city council. So it's going to take us working with our delegation. It's going to take us working with our congressional people and our Senate people to come up with an answer that's going to properly address transportation. And so when we look at the overall picture of transportation, we all remember Conoco when the train derailed. So we got to make sure that our freight and our rail and our transportation is safe. We have to make sure that we're not providing hazardous materials without coming by the right guidelines. And we have to look at the connectivity of our city. Our city has really changed. How do we connect North Hill and East Hill to downtown, not just Palafox? I mean, and the way our city was constructed, you look at a road like Palafox, it's extremely wide. Can we increase the sidewalks for a walkable path? Or can we increase those sidewalks to become bike paths? Can we go along our rail and put along those corridors buffers or trees and green space that take away that sound? Oh, those are the things that we have to do. We understand that our port is an economic engine. How do we best utilize our waterways that also bring about leisure and recreation, whether it's on a ferry to the beach or whether it's bringing in cargo from Mexico? We have to make sure that we have that entire conversation, and it's not a conversation that a county commissioner or a city council or a state legislator individually has. It's a collective community conversation that we have to have in the very near future if we want to move forward. And the important thing is that our rail, our highways were constructed many years ago by design. If we're going to redesign them, it's going to be very costly and it's going to be very timely. So anyone who would take a mic and say that they're going to fix this overnight, then quite frankly, they're not telling the truth. So I look forward to having this discussion, as I've always been supportive of the city council and the mayor and our delegation and any initiatives that brings forth a better quality of life for our citizens. Thank you so much.